Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gananaham tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kahinam Upabhadravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anat Srinvan Utibhissi Dasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Bhajini Vati Dhrinama Vitrayavatu Ganesaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Sativarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasret Bharadabhaktradhyat Charishadhyat Parasvatam Vignam Vignanti Tatatam Vishvaksenam Tamasaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Parasargyavachat Sarojamamalam Geeta Gandhutkatam Nana Kyanaka Kesaram Trikatatam Bodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadai Rahaha Pipiyamanam Muda Bhuyat Bharata Pankajam Kalidda Pradhamsinaha Shreyase. 26 Asvataha Sarva Vrikshanam Devarishinam Cha Naradaha Gandharvanam Chitrarataha Siddhanam Kapilaha Munihi Kapilo Munihi. 27 Among horses, Lumi as Uchai Sravasam, that came with the nectar when during the churning of the milk ocean. Among the superior elephants as Airavatam. Among men as Naradhipa. Uchaihi Sravasam Aswanam. Okay, Uchaihi Sravasam Aswanam Vidhi Mam Amrutodbhavam. Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradhipam. Uchaihi Sravasam Aswanam Vidhi Mam Amrutodbhavam. Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradhipam. Padangal are Uchai Sravasam Aswanam Vidhi Mam Amrutah Udbhavam. Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradhipam. When in the nectar, when the milk ocean was churned, and that is another story by itself, what happened and how, what are the various things that came, and one day with Bhagavan's grace, we can share that whenever his will is there. And so during the churning of the milk ocean, the horse that came was named Uchai Sravasam. Okay, among all the horses, I am Uchai Sravasam, and know me as such. Mam, me, Vidhi, no. Amrutodbhavam, Amruta Udbhavam, which is when the nectar came out of during the churning of the milk ocean. Various things came before the nectar came, and one of those things was Uchai Sravasam. Another thing that came Amrutodbhavam was Gajendranam Airavatam. That elephant that came out of it is called Airavatam. Know me as such. And Naranam Cha, among all the men, know me as Naradhipa. And Naradhipan is a king who takes care of all his citizens as his own self. It's a heart-to-heart relationship between the king and the citizens, and he loves the citizens more than he loves himself. Put their interests and welfare and well-being ahead of his own well-being. So this Naradhipam is also can be taken to denote the very first Manu, who rules over us. Uchai Sravasam Aswanam Vidhimam Amrutodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam Cha Naradhipam. Now 28. Among the weapons, I am the Vajra. The Vajraidam, we say, the Vajraidam. Among cows, I am Kamadenu. I am also Kandarpa, the progenitor. Among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. Ayudhanam aham Vajram. Dhenunam asmi Kamaduka. Prajanaha cha asmi Kandarpaha. Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. Ayudhanam aham Vajram. Dhenunam asmi Kamaduka. Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha. Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. Padang Ayudhanam Aham Vajram Dhenunam Asmi Kamadhuka Prajanaha Cha Asmi Gandarpaha Sarpanam Asmi Vasukihi. Now Vajraidam is a rishi called Atichi Rishi, who out of his infinite compassion towards the Devas, in order to protect the benevolent tendencies that is prevalent, and he gave away, actually he sacrificed his own body for the welfare and the well-being of protecting the good tendencies, the Godward-bound tendencies among the Devas. Now his backbone was taken out of that, the highly disciplined, penanced body, and that backbone was made into a weapon called the Vajraidam, which Indra used for several purposes. That's what Vajraidam is. It's a very highly exalted weapon. So Ayudhanam Aham Vajram. Dhenunam, among all the cows. So Dhenu is not just a regular cow. Dhenu is also a milk-bearing cow. Okay, and that Asmi Kamadhuka. I am the Kamadhenu, which means the giver of all wishes. The milk, the cow gives us milk, which nourishes us. Okay, this is so fundamentally important to our living. And like that, Kamaduk or Kamadhenu grants all the desires, that whatever we desire, those desires get fulfilled. And what is it that makes it happen? It is not, you cannot picture it in the form of a cow. But the thing that grants all our desires, fulfills all our desires, is called Kamadhenu, desire giver. And that is what we know me as such. So intangibly and incognisibly, we can picture the entity that grants all our desires, fulfills all our desires. That thing, know me as such. Okay? Prajanaha cha asmi Kandarpaha. Now, Kandarpaha is very important. And in Rudram, we come across this, one of the Rudras, Kandarpaha. Okay? What is here Prajana means among all the human beings. But there is another connotation to this, another explanation, which is what we need to look at. It's not just ordinary human being like myself, for example. It's a very special human being. Who's that special human being? You've got the form of a human being, for sure. But then, most important, Prajayai Grihameti Nam. There is a saying that the elders say. It means this person is so disciplined that the progenic activity that he engages, procreating activity he engages in, is only limited only to the progeny purpose, only for giving birth to another human being. Otherwise, he is extremely controlled. And this type of tapas, which transcends the sensual pleasures, but also fulfills the duty of protecting the society, that kind of the person is what we are talking of. Prajanaha cha asmi Kandarpaha. And Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. Serpent, we say in English, Sarpam, in Sanskrit we say. Sarpam is just not a snake. It is a poisonous snake. Okay? Among all the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. And you know what Vasuki did, right? And where Vasuki came and all that. And Ayudhanam, in the Amrutodbhavam, the snake that was used to churn the milk ocean is Vasuki. And this Vasuki is nothing but, as we saw earlier, that is also connected with mind, which is a snake for various reasons that I've probably explained to you before. So among the poisonous snakes, know me as Vasuki. Ayudhanam aham Vajram Dhenunamasmi Kamadhuka Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha Sarpanamasmi Vasukihi. Slokam number 29. Among the non-poisonous snakes, I am Adisesha. Among the aquatic beings, I am Varuna. Among the departed souls, I am Aryama. And I am among the disciplinarians, I am Yama. Very important to understand that. Anantas chasmi naganam varuno yadasam aham pitrunam aryamaha cha asmi yamaha samyamata aham. Anantas Anantaschasmi Naganam Varuno Yadasam Aham Pitrunam Argyama Chasmi Yamaha Samyamatam Aham. Padangal Anantaha Cha Asmi Naganam Varunaha Yadasam Aham Pitrunam Aryamaha Cha Asmi Yamaha Samyamatam Aham. Naganam, the non-poisonous. Sarpam is poisonous snake. Nagam is non-poisonous snake. Among the non-poisonous snakes, Anantaha Cha Asmi. Ananta is the name that Ananta Sayana, we say, the name we give to Adiseshan. Know me as Adiseshan. Varunaha, Yadasam Aham. Now who is Varuna? Okay, we could briefly go through that with you. And so that it can kind of relate to this. And at the end, Bhagavan clarifies everything and puts us in the right path. While our mind is going all over the place trying to understand all this, and with Bhagavan's final teaching in this Adhyayam, everything will become very clear. Okay? Varuna is the ocean king that, we think of Varuna as the rain, right? Where does the rain come from? It comes from the ocean, right? So Varuna is the ocean king. So among all the aquatic beings, and Yadasam means all the aquatic animals, Aham Varunaha. Pitrunam Aryamaha Cha Asmi. Our departed souls, the different levels of spiritual attainment, know me as Aryama. So among the Pitrunam, I am Aryama. Samyamatam Aham Yamaha. Now we think of Yama as only the god of death. No, that's not true. That's really not true. What Yama is a very exalted soul, and in this Vaivasvata Manvantaram, which is where we are living today, sun is Surya, and Surya's son is Vaivasvataha, Manu. That Manu is also known as Yaman. And what does Yama do? He for people who do good things, godworthy things, who are with very less ego, offering everything to the Lord, and good people, good tendencies, and for him, he protects them. He actually embellishes that and encourages that and strengthens that. For people who harm and hurt others, Yama actually punishes. Okay, and corrects them through actually correcting activities. Punishing is the wrong word, correcting activities. And in Kathopanishad, there are three important students in different ways of learning that's given in our Upanishads. And one of them is Bhrigu, the other is Nachiketas, which comes in Kathopanishad. And the third one comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. That's the teaching of how not to learn. And this Nachiketas gets his Padesam from Yama. And so Yama actually carries out dharmic activities by maintaining the balance. Okay, the balance is called Samyamatam. Samyamatam, control. Among them, know me as Yamaha. We are in 29. Anantas chasmi naganam varuno yadatam aham pitrunam aryama chasmi yamaha samyamatam aham. Slokam number 30. Among the Daityas, I am Prahlada. Among the accounting measures, something that keeps track, something takes account, I am Time. Among the animals, the lion. And among the birds, Garuda. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam Kalaha Kalayatam Aham Mriganam Cha Mrigendraha Aham Vainateyascha Pakshinam. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam Kalaha Kalayatam Aham Mriganam Cha Mrigendraha Aham Vainateyascha Pakshinam. Padangal are Prahladaha Cha Asmi Daityanam Kalaha Kalayatam Aham Mriganam Cha Mrigendraha Aham Vainateha Cha Pakshinam. Now, who's a Daitya? We probably covered that earlier. Let's just quickly review that. Kashyapa Prajapati, Kashyapa Maharishi, the lineage have all come from him. He had two wives, Diti and Aditi. The sons who were born to Diti are called Daityas. Okay? And among them, you have Hiranyakshan, Hiranyakasipu, and Prahladan came in that. So among the Daityas, I am Prahlada, basically devotion is what he's talking of. And among the accounting measures, what is in the Kalayatam Aham? Kalayatam, to account, to calculate, to keep track of, right? Among so many ways, different ways that we try to keep account of something. But what is the fundamental accounting that is taking place is Kalaha, is time. I am that. Mriganam cha Mrigendraha Aham. Among all the animals, I am Mrigendra. Mrigendra is lion, the leader. When you look at the lion so majestic, immediately you see the essence of something special coming out. Vainateyasta Pakshinam. Now, what is the connection between Vainateya? Okay. Now, we know Garuda as the effulgent vehicle of Sriman Narayana. And his another name is Vainateya. Why? Because he is the son of Vinati. The Vinatai. Vinatai's son is Garuda. And how he ended up being the vehicle of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, that's another story. That's also in Puranam. So, is known as Vainateyan. So, I am, among all the birds, I am Vainateya. Prahlaadaschasmi daityanam kalaha kalayatam aham mridanam cha mrigendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. 31. Among the purifying agents, I am air. Among the bearer of arms, I am Rama. Among the fish, I am Makara. Among the rivers, Jahnavi. Pavanaha Pavatam Asmi, Ramaha Satsrabhrutam Aham, Ishanam Makaraha cha Asmi, Ishanam, not Isanam, Ishanam Makaraha cha Asmi, Srotrasam Asmi, Jahnavi. Pavanaha Pavatam Asmi, Ramaha Satrabhrutam Aham, Sastrabhrutam Aham, Ishanam Makaraschasmi, Srotrasam Asmi, Jahnavi. Padangal are Pavanaha Pavatam Asmi, Ramaha Sastrabhrutam Aham, Ishanam Makaraha cha Asmi, Srotasam Asmi, Jahnavi. Pavatam, Pavamana, Pavana Sutta, we talk about Anjaneya as Pavana Sutta, right? Like that. Pavanam means purity. Okay, Pavanaha. Among the thing that purifies, Pavanaha, the purifying agent, Pavatam Asmi, Pavatam, but it also denotes air. Okay, air is the purifying agent, and we know in the physical world. Ramaha, Sastrabhrutam Aham, Sastrabhrutam, the people who carry astras, the warriors, the bow and arrow, So among those, who am I? I am Ramaha, not the Sita Rama that we think, it's the Parasurama that we're talking about. Okay, Ishanam. And it also applies to Sita Raman also, okay, because it's Sastrabhrutam Aham. Ishanam Makaraha cha Asmi. Now, Ishanam means among the various types of fish, I am Makaraha, okay. And Srotasam denotes, Srotasaha denotes river. Among all the rivers, I am Jahnavi. Now, what is this Jahnavi? Okay, during the Trivikrama Avataram, when Bhagavan came as Vamana and then became Trivikrama, at that time when his foot swept the heaven and earth all in one swipe, Bhagavan, the Brahma who was in Satyalokam in heaven, he saw the foot, Bhagavan's padam. Immediately, his tremendous amount of tears came out of it. It's impossible to stop it. So much full of happiness and bliss. Okay, and that's what happens when you see Avataram. Without you realizing, you will cry. It is not a sadness cry. It's a tremendous happiness, blissful tears that come out. And that he washed Bhagavan's feet with his devotion. This sacred water then flowed through the heavens, the earth, and the space in between. On earth, when it descended through the ashram of one Maharishi called Jagnu, okay, it went to the sage in full worship. And the sage then directed it further on its passage through the earth. And hence this river is called Jahnavi. We also know this river as Ganga. Pavanaha Pavatam-asmi Ramaha Sastrabhritamaham Ishanam Makaraschasmi Sotasamasmi Jagnavi. 32. It is Jashanam. Okay? Jashanam. Not the Ja as in Janani, or Prajanam. Not that Ja. That Ja comes from the mouth. The same Ja, when we pronounce it from the stomach, becomes Ja. Jashanam. Okay? I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creations. My dear Arjuna, I am the various branches of knowledge. I am the knowledge of the self. I am the argumentative. I am the inquiry for. I am among the argumentative people and people who argue. I am among the argumentative. I am the inquiry for truth. Sarganam adihi antascha madhyam cha eva iha Arjuna eva aham Arjuna adhyatma vidyaha vidyanam vadaha pravadatam aham sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaivaham Arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada pravadatam aham. Padangal sarganam adihi antaha cha madhyam cha eva aham eva aham Arjuna adhyatma vidyaha vidyanam vadaha pravadatam aham. Sarganam. Sargam, Visargam, we talked about that. Very first time in the creation, as we talked about, you can check the notes on the 10 aspects of a Puranam that we talked about a while ago. And if you check that, the very first thing that takes place is Sargam. And that is the very first step in creation, the invisible becoming visible. That's Sargam. Among all the creations, among all the Srishti, okay, the creations, Adihi in the beginning, Antaha cha, and also the end, Madhyan cha, also the middle, Ahameva, only me. Okay, Arjuna is saying, Vidyana, among all the things to be known, among all the knowledges, among all the branches of knowledge, what is it that you should know, that knowing which everything else is known? That is Adhyatma Vidya. Okay, the knowledge of the self, which means experiencing the self, which means becoming one with the self, and that is me. Okay, the so-called union, which itself is also delusion. Okay, but giving up this ignorance and thereby shining in the knowledge, that is Adhyatma Vidya, is me, aham. Vadaha pravadatam aham. Now, what is Vadam and what is Pravadatam? Okay, Vadam, Pradivadam, Vidandavadam, Samvadam. There are 4 types of discussions. And what do we say every time in Adhyayam, at the end of each Adhyayam, what does Vyasa Bhagavan say? Krishna Arjuna Samvadaha, he says. So this is Samvadam. Then there is the Vidandavadam. And then there is Prativadam, then Vadam. Vadam means one is finished to speak. You speak, say something. That is Vadam. Okay? Or if you want to discuss something, debate something, whatever it is that you say, that becomes Vadam. The counter to that is Prativadam. Okay? Vidandavadam means it is making points and arguing for going down a road that leads nowhere. You just do that without making any sense. That is Vidandavadam. And with absolutely no beneficial effect, only destructive effect in that. Samvadam, some mean harmony, bringing things together, bringing the various diversities into unity. that kind of a speech or discussion is called samvadam. Among all these four types of things that take place, even though there are four types of vadangal, but the very fact that this various debates and discussions take place, what is the underlying force there is to really inquire the truth, inquire for the truth in something. Whether we discover the permanent truth or transient truth, doesn't matter, but we are always inquiring for something, right? That thing, the inquiry of truth, is that is me, among all the argumentative, among the four types of people who discuss and argue, the fundamental commonness of inquiring for the truth, that is me. So next time somebody talks back to us or doing Vidandavadam or doesn't make any sense in what they say, with whatever happened, let us look for the Bhagavan present in that. Okay? Sarganamadirantharcha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vadaha pravadatam aham. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Samasta lokaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.